What's a piece of trauma that you have that's funny? It has to actually be funny. I'll go first. My dad abandoned my family when I was 5 years old. That is a wife and 4 kids. He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing. And he got really good.
Okay, I wake up at 6 a.m. to do some work. I get my coffee. I sit down. I open my computer. And what am I greeted with? Well, hundreds of comments calling me a deadbeat dad, a child abandoner, and all manner of other insults.
Ooh, child. It is hot in here. I am getting so hot. I'm gonna take my clothes off. No clothes has been taken off here. I am honestly overheating right now, but how are you? I'm good. Welcome back to the channel. Anyways, hi and welcome back to the channel. How are you? I hope you're doing well. If you guys don't know who I am, the name is down below. I just like to talk about whatever's on the internet. And speaking of the internet, I don't know if y'all seen this, but there's been a little bit of drama about some deadbeats, right? But yeah, deadbeats, what are they? Technically, family drama. We're gonna talk about family issues today. But before we get into today's video, give it a thumbs up if you haven't. Also subscribe to the channel because that's free, definitely. We bring up new things here every week and yeah, back to the video. Now I was scrolling through Twitter. Actually, that's a lie because I saw it on someone else's YouTube channel and I was like, you know what? Let me talk about this because why not? It's the internet today. You can talk about anything you want and no one's gonna care. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, a girl telling a funny story on how her dad abandoned her, at least from her perspective, right? Her dad just upped and left and he became a deadbeat dad. He left to pursue breakdancing. Now let's watch this video because I do have some things to say about it. If you do have, you know, daddy or mommy issues, let me know down in the comments for sure. Or even any family issues really, because I know I do.
What's a piece of trauma that you have that's funny? It has to actually be funny. I'll go first. My dad abandoned my family when I was 5 years old. That is a wife and 4 kids. He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing. And he got really good. He like blew up. Like he became like a D-list celebrity status, like viral breakdancer. He became like the oldest actively competing breakdancer in the world. Then he got on Good Morning America and talk shows and Washington Post wrote about him and he went super viral and he did all these interviews and he danced with Paula Abdul. Here, I'll show you.
To see, take a look at this 60-year-old breakdancer. Yes, 60 years old. Amazing. That's Ben Hart. He's competing at a breakdancing competition in Philadelphia, and he may not have won, but I tell you what, he is winning over a lot of people on the internet. Yes. He really is. Yep, he's winning over a lot of people on the internet.
This guy wouldn't pay my medical bills. The worst part, damn it, he's good. He should not be able to move his body like that. It's like impossible. It's beautiful. Hey, Dad. Like
Okay, that is impressive because I can't even do a handstand, okay? So that is definitely impressive. And he's 60. If he really did abandon his kids to pursue amateur breakdancing, I've never seen anyone that has been successful in that business or in that stuff. Usually what I see with breakdancing is they usually do it on the streets, honestly. I don't think people do a lot of breakdancing anymore. On Good Morning America too, kind of thing. I don't know. I don't think he's making anything out of breakdancing. That's just my own opinion.
there was no split custody or anything. Like he just like left 4 kids to do that. He may not have paid for some of my medical bills growing up, but he did give me this breakdancing merchandise. So that's him. He's on his head. Benihana is his b-boy name because his name is Ben Hart.
Bruh, she literally has a shirt of him. That's crazy. That's actually that's petty. That's definitely petty for sure.
You know, I'll get texts like this, happy birthday ? And then like links to his breakdancing videos. So if you have funny trauma, like actual funny haha trauma, I need to hear it. Thank you.
Okay, so that's her video. Definitely makes sense. The text messages itself, it doesn't look like there's any really back and forth with the dad and Maddie herself. There's definitely not a relationship there. That is for sure. Now, the reason why there's not a relationship, to be honest, we might never know. Not even might never know. We definitely are not gonna know the full story. But her dad responded to the video. Now, the video went viral and everybody was, I think, commenting under his page and was like, "You're deadbeat," kind of thing, stuff like that. And so he responded to his daughter's video, technically. So let's watch that. Now, this video is 10 minutes long, so y'all better buckle up because it's a long ass video, okay?
Okay, I wake up at 6 a.m. to do some work. I get my coffee. I sit down. I open my computer. And what am I greeted with? Well, hundreds of comments calling me a deadbeat dad, a child abandoner, and all manner of other insults. So I think, what's this all about? Well, after a few minutes of investigation, I discover that my daughter, Maddie, has made a video about me. She's a screenwriter in Hollywood. She's also a big social media influencer with millions of followers. Some of her videos get millions of views. And this video has tens of millions of views. 1 million likes, 20,000 comments, 40,000 bookmarks, 30,000 reposts. It's just insane. So I thought I'd better watch this video. And frankly, I was pretty chagrined by what I heard, to say the least. But honestly, the more I watch this video, the more I like it. Well, I like about 98% of it. However, I do need to correct a few statements in the video. Okay, in many ways I love this video. And of course, I love my daughter Maddie. And we get along great, at least I think we do. But a few corrections are in order, or at least a few things that need to be put in context. First, I can see that as a 5-year-old, Maddie would see her dad as having abandoned the family. One day I was living there, the next day I wasn't. And that will look like abandonment to a child. But married couples do get divorced about half the time in America. And I was just living a mile or so down the street in LaGrange, Illinois. We just weren't living under the same roof. Now, about not paying medical bills, that's just not correct. Here was the financial arrangement of the divorce. Maddie's mom, my ex-wife, got $2 million at the get-go, out of the gate, a lump sum payment. Plus, I was paying her $18,000 per month in child support and alimony. This was later reduced to $12,000 per month. And of course, I paid health insurance and out-of-pocket medical costs. I also put $600,000 into the kids' college fund. In all, I paid out about $5 million to my ex-wife to cover costs for her and the kids. And this is in 2005 dollars. So add 50% to account for inflation.
Okay, let's talk about that because first of all, remember what I said? If they were doing breakdancing, he's probably not earning anything, right? So how's he paying $5 million to the wife in alimony, child support, and whatever it is? And that doesn't even include healthcare, which can be expenses. He puts about $600,000 into the kids' college funds.
In other words, I was not a deadbeat dad at all. And by the way, Maddie did not say that in her video. But a lot of the comments assume that and say that. Now, of course, there was no way for Maddie to know how much I was paying because she was a kid. This wasn't something I talked about. Also, remember that I was living 1 mile down the road from the kids in LaGrange, Illinois. Sidewalks all the way. An easy walk or bike ride. I saw the kids all the time. No abandonment, just a divorce. Was I at fault in the divorce? Yeah, I would say I was about 70% at fault. I own that. Maddie's mom and I were really not compatible in many ways. We were compatible in some ways, but not in other ways. Do I regret marrying Maddie's mom? No, absolutely not. If I had not married Maddie's mom, Maddie and her 3 siblings would not have been born. They would not have existed. The kids have turned out great. Maddie graduated from Northwestern University and is a screenwriter in Hollywood.
Okay, so there's also now like a little bit of dishonesty from Maddie's part because, or at least a little bit, like she's a screenwriter. It would be a funny movie for, you know, a child that's like oh, I got abandoned by my dad because he wanted to do breakdancing. I don't know. It's given a little bit of a red flag on both ends because honestly, she didn't mention that. I feel like she was trying to go viral and kind of make it seem like a funny moment. She's a screenwriter, or at least she's in acting school or something like that. That's basically a good way to, I want to say, like, make something seem interesting, which it did because the TikTok video went viral. So it's given me, she definitely succeeded in that. And now I'm having a little bit of red flags on both ends of the story.
Maddie's older sister Tori is a partner at a hedge fund on Wall Street, and she's getting rich. Maddie's younger sister Olivia just graduated from college and is teaching English to first graders in Thailand. Her older brother Peter is getting a master's degree in psychology. I get along great with all my kids, including Maddie. At least I think I do. So the kids are doing just fine despite Dad's many shortcomings. One other slight correction, which I hesitate to even bring up because I love the way Maddie did this in her video. I did not abandon the family for breakdancing. I have a career. I'm in the advertising business, built an ad agency. That's how I was able to afford to pay Maddie's mom $5 million. Maddie's mom and I separated in 2004 and divorced in 2005. I took up breakdancing entirely by accident in 2012 as a way to get in shape at the age of 54. I then just kept doing it. I'm now age 66. Now some of you might be wondering, can he still breakdance at age 66? Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'll give it a try. Okay, Maddie, let's see how the old man does.
Okay, that was definitely very impressive. And I'm not even going to say anything about that because that is just impressive. For you to be 66 and still moving your body like that is definitely impressive, okay? Kudos. Anybody can take up anything no matter what age they are. It really doesn't matter. But that's not the point of this video. So we're going to move on from this.
So the bottom line is this. At first, I really did not like Maddie's video at all. But I was biased by all the negative comments that I was greeted with at 6 a.m. in the morning in my social media feed. But the more I watch the video, the more I like it. And her video certainly is true from her perspective, even though a few details are off, no doubt because of what she heard from her mom. And I do think it's a great storyline that a 54-year-old dude left his family to pursue breakdancing, even if not quite true, factually. But perhaps it speaks to a bigger truth. A truth that is really truer than the actual facts of the matter. This could be a very funny movie plot. So maybe Maddie will make this movie about her 66-year-old breakdancing dad. Also, as I scroll through the 12,000 comments on Maddie's video, I really like most of them. Some are hilarious. Here are a few I'll read at random. This one is from someone named Ro, and she says, "My mom abandoned me as a kid to join a Renaissance fair across the country." This is from Maria. "I didn't know my dad was bald until my mom knocked his toupee off in a fight when I was 10. My mom didn't know he was bald then until that moment."
Okay, I think he just goes on and reads it all. You guys should watch it. The last part is actually pretty funny. The comments are actually hilarious, obviously, because it's the internet. Okay, and then he goes to show himself breakdancing. I really care about that. After that happened, Maddie uploaded a response video, and we're just gonna watch that and kind of like conclude the video watching and speak about it. So let's go on to her video.
I'm recording a quick response to all this. I'll probably delete this in the morning because like I don't actually have like bad will. I posted my video because it's a very funny story. It's very silly. I like to laugh at my trauma instead of like being super sad about it. But I know my dad posted like a 10-minute video or whatever being like, you know, my daughter's lying, we have a great relationship, I have a great relationship with all my kids. That's just objectively not true. Like, guys, we're all freaking out about this in my family group chat right now. We're being like, he's so unhinged and delusional. We don't know if he actually believes his own narrative or if he's lying on purpose, but he's just like a weird guy. Yeah, he said he lived down the street from us. That's not true. Or like, if he did, it was only for a few months maybe, but actually for most of my childhood, he lived in Florida with his new wife. Like, basically, like, I don't want to get into this. Like, again, like, my video was basically like sanitizing the situation and like poking fun at the lightest parts of that childhood trauma. But obviously in real life, it was a lot more like complicated and traumatic, and it was really hard. He left us, immediately married another woman. We didn't hear from him for years. And then he would visit every few months and we'd go out to dinner. But like, he truly had no hand in raising us at all. We don't speak with any sort of regularity. He doesn't know when my birthday is. Like, as you guys saw in the video I posted, he got it wrong. He gave us some money growing up. I honestly don't know the nitty gritty of the financial situation. I really, really don't. But I do know that several times I've asked him for financial help with medical expenses, like especially like in college, and he wouldn't help me. So that's what I was referring to in my video when I was like, he wouldn't pay some of my medical bills. I'll probably delete this in the morning, but I'm, you know, 2 hard kombuchas in, and so I feel the need to kind of defend.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. One thing that I do want to point out is that she doesn't really brush up on the financial aspect, because I think that financial aspect is true. Because the way she kind of says it, I don't think that the dad left her for breakdancing. I think the dad left for whatever reason it might be and then pursued breakdancing later. But I think she just tried to spin it in this, not even in a malicious way, but just because it was funny. It's great storytelling, in my opinion. Like, it's something that went viral. That's how you know it's good storytelling. Another thing is with the medical expenses, she might have asked him for medical expenses. I have no idea what happened with that because honestly, I'm an outsider. I just saw this on X and I'm reacting to it. But from what I think might have happened, or my guess is that she probably was like, oh, could you help me for this medical expenses? And since he already gave, you know, a huge amount of money to the mom, he could have been like, oh, you know, go ask your mom or something. That's my guess. Could I be wrong? Possibly. I could definitely be wrong. But do I also have all the info? No. Will I have all the info? No. Another thing that she does that I do want to point out is she's talking about this story, and, you know, it's a good way to storytell. One thing that she doesn't touch upon is, you know, oh, there wasn't like any financial troubles or stuff like that, which kind of gives validity to the dad's part, where he's saying that, okay, I gave the mom at least $5 million, at least $5 million. 2 things can be true at once, okay? At the end of the day, we don't know the whole story, but what might have happened is that from her perspective, she saw it as abandonment, especially when you're a child. Like, if your parents should up and leave you, even if they had a good reason to do that, when you're a child, you, first of all, you're too young to even know, okay, you know, this might be why this happened. Whatever happens with the parents, they usually don't tell the kids. And even if the kids do know about it, it's usually like a different perspective. I definitely understand when she says that, okay, my dad abandoned me to pursue breakdancing. That might have not been the whole truth, but that is from her perspective. And also, I feel like the dad too wasn't being really truthful in some things, because there's some things that he didn't touch up about. He created a whole 10-minute video. 3 minutes of the video was just him breakdancing, and I guess it was trying to be fun. I don't know. Do I believe the dad? No. Do I believe her? No. Because we don't know the whole story. We never will. But do I feel like there's some truth to what they both say? Yes. Yeah, like the way she went about it, was it good? The way he went about it, was it good? You know, we will never know the whole situation because we're not in that family. No one else has come out to say anything about it. And I mean, her being like a film student kind of makes sense, because probably wanting to get that viral moment, because it's still all about like storytelling, and it goes into like what she's doing too. You know, if I was trying to get viral, that's what I probably will do. But let me know what you think. Comment down below. Am I being too lenient on the dad? Am I being too lenient on her? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you do. Also, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Follow me on social media, and I hope you guys have a good one, because I guess we'll never know. I was gonna use that joke. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Bye.
Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.